Welcome to the deep dive. We've been looking through all this material you sent over, Sarah, the emails, those meeting notes from your new team. Really fascinating stuff.
Yeah.
And you mentioned feeling your English is solid, technically strong, but sometimes there's a little gap, right? Like
Right.
you're missing some of that flavor in native conversation.
That natural flow.
Exactly. And you asked, how do you really bridge that? How do you sound like you're in the conversation, not just, translating it?
Right.
Well, what we found is pretty interesting. It's often not about just more grammar rules or tons more vocabulary.
No, it's something else.
It's about idioms, mastering these little phrases.
Idioms.
They're
Yeah.
like these linguistic shortcuts. They show how native speakers actually think and talk, often way beyond the literal word-for-word meaning.
They really do.
Yeah.
And Sarah, what jumped out from your notes was just how often these specific kinds of phrases pop up
No, yeah.
in like all sorts of situations, casual chats, team meetings, even some of the emails.
So not just slang them, proper conversational tools.
Exactly. So our goal today is to unpack 5 really powerful, very common idioms we spotted again and again in your examples.
Okay, have key ones.
And by the end of this deep dive, the idea is you won't just, understand them,
Mm-hmm.
but you'll feel pretty confident to actually start using them to make your English feel, well, more natural, more you.
Okay, let's do it. So, Sarah, you mentioned those first few minutes on calls, right? Especially with new people, things can feel a bit stiff.
A little awkward, yeah.
Well, our first idiom tackles that head on. Break the ice.
Ah, classic.
Yeah. Literally, it sounds weird, breaking ice, but it's key for those first interactions.
It really is. When someone breaks the ice, they're doing more than just starting to talk.
Right.
They're actively trying to make everyone feel a bit more relaxed, more comfortable, especially if the situation is new or potentially awkward.
So it's about warming things up.
Exactly. Melting away that stiffness, creating a space where people can connect more easily.
Yeah.
And that's, vital for building rapport.
Makes sense. Whether it's a new team like Sarah's situation or networking.
Or even a first date, yeah. Anywhere you need to ease people in.
I remember when I first heard it, I literally pictured someone smashing an ice sculpture.
Haha. Yeah, the literal meaning is usually pretty funny with idioms.
So you'll often hear it used when talking about how a relaxed vibe started.
Mm-hmm. Like an action someone took.
Yeah, like your manager might say, oh, Sarah's opening joke really broke the ice in that meeting. It helped everyone loosen up.
And it's usually about those first interactions, right? Getting things going initially.
Exactly. Setting the stage. Okay, so the ice is broken. People are talking. What about when someone says something just perfect, like totally insightful?
Ah, yes. That feeling when someone just nails it.
That's our next one. Hit the nail on the head.
Love this one. It's such a great way to acknowledge someone's insight, their accuracy.
So what does it mean precisely?
It means to say or identify something exactly right. A perfect description, the correct answer, a really accurate observation.
Like hitting a nail perfectly straight with a hammer?
Precisely. The metaphor comes from carpentry. Hit it right, it goes in straight, does its job perfectly.
I like that visual. It makes it stick. So, Sarah, this is a really strong phrase you can use
Absolutely.
when you want to really emphasize your agreement with someone's point or maybe compliment how sharp their thinking was.
Perfect for team discussions, yeah.
Yeah.
Or feedback on a presentation.
Yeah.
Anywhere precision matters.
Right. So you might hear, like your team lead say, Sarah, you really hit the nail on the head with that analysis.
And that signals strong agreement, right?
Right.
And appreciation.
Definitely. Okay, moving on. Sarah, you also shared some notes about needing to, politely say no to something or explain you're not feeling 100% without going into like graphic detail.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That delicate situation.
This leads us to our third idiom, one you might need sometimes, under the weather.
Under the weather. It's interesting, this one. It's a softer way, a more polite way to say you're feeling unwell.
So not seriously ill.
Generally not. Usually it implies something minor, temporary, like a cold, maybe a headache, or just feeling run down, tired.
Okay.
And English speakers often use these kinds of euphemisms, you could call them.
Why is that?
Well, partly social comfort, I think. It avoids being maybe too direct or TMI, too much information about your health.
Keeps things a bit lighter.
Yeah, it conveys you're slightly off, but doesn't really invite a detailed medical discussion.
That's a really useful distinction.
Yeah.
So, Sarah, you'd use this when you need to explain you're a bit sick, maybe excuse yourself politely.
Exactly, from a social thing, or maybe needing to work from home.
Like telling a colleague, yeah, I'm feeling a bit under the weather today, so I might just sign off early.
Perfect example. Very common. Everyone understands it means mildly unwell.
And if someone says it to you,
Oh, a simple, oh no, hope you feel better soon, is the perfect response. Polite, caring, but not intrusive.
got it. Okay, let's switch gears a bit. You mentioned sometimes feeling overwhelmed by new tasks, Sarah, but then once you actually start, you find they're surprisingly okay.
Ah, that feeling. Yeah, when something looks daunting but turns out fine.
But this next idiom captures that perfectly. Piece of cake.
Huh. Yes. Piece of cake. If something's described like that, it means it was super easy.
Like no effort.
Well, maybe some effort, but no real difficulty. Effortless almost, like eating a nice slice of cake.
Simple, enjoyable.
Exactly. It's a fun, pretty informal way to talk about a task or a challenge that just wasn't a struggle.
So you might use it to reassure someone.
Yeah, or even to kind of downplay your own effort,
Well,
modestly maybe.
right, like, oh, don't worry about that report, it'll be a piece of cake.
Precisely. Or you could joke about something that looked hard but wasn't.
Like, I thought that coding problem would take all day, but actually, piece of cake.
Perfect. You'll hear it in casual chat. Usually sounds pretty light and cheerful.
Good one to have. Okay, one last one. Sarah, you talked about often taking the lead, initiating things in projects or team discussions.
Being proactive, yeah.
So how do you signal you're ready to, like, kick things off, start the action?
Ah, for starting things, getting momentum going.
Our final idiom, get the ball rolling.
Yes. Get the ball rolling. It means to initiate something. Could be a project, a meeting, a discussion. Taking that first step.
So it's more than just start.
I think so. It implies creating momentum, setting things in motion, often for something collaborative or something that will build over time. It feels active.
Right, active and initiating. You'll hear this a lot in work settings, I bet.
Definitely. When someone's trying to kickstart a discussion or suggesting that first step.
So you might say, okay, let me just throw out a couple of ideas to get the ball rolling on this brainstorming session.
Exactly. Or, right, everyone, let's get the ball rolling with a quick status update. It's motivating, forward-looking.
Okay, great. 5 really useful idioms there.
So, Sarah, as we kind of wrap up this deep dive, just remember that idioms they're like this special ingredient for your English.
A flavor enhancer.
Yeah, exactly. They add style, emotion, but also they give you a peek into how native speakers think, how they frame ideas.
It's deeper than just words.
It really is.
Yeah.
You're not just memorizing phrases. You're learning to express yourself, connect with the language on a different level.
And it doesn't have to be overwhelming, right?
Not at all. That's the key thing. You don't need hundreds right away. Honestly, picking just one or two, like the ones today, and really making them yours, that can make a huge difference.
Okay, so here's a challenge then, Sarah. Think about your next team email or maybe a chat you'll have this week. Pick one idiom from our list today, just one, and consciously try to use it.
Or even just say it out loud to yourself a few times first.
Yeah, or write it down in a journal sentence, get comfortable with it, let it roll off your tongue, feel natural.
And also, start listening out for them. Now that you know these specific phrases,
You'll hear them everywhere.
you probably will. In shows, interviews, team calls, actively listen for how people use them in context.
And the cool thing is, now when you hear hit the nail on the head or under the weather,
You'll get it instantly. It clicks, which just makes understanding everything else that much easier. It builds confidence.
so it's not just about learning English words.
No, it's about learning how to express yourself like a native speaker expresses themselves, connecting more deeply.
Absolutely. So, Sarah, final thought for you. What really stood out to you today? Which one of these idioms kind of sparked your interest the most?
Yeah, which one feels like you could maybe use it soon?
Maybe even try using your favorite one in a sentence right now, just for practice. Keep exploring these nuances, Sarah. You're really building that deeper connection, and that's fantastic.